nominees for the title of Canada's Worst Driver, Season 6, were waiting to go to driver rehab. John nominated his aunt, Dale, as Canada's worst driver because she recently scratched her neighbor's car. Again.
It was only like a little nick.
Right. How many little nicks in your life? Over 100?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like one a week?
More.
More than one a week?
Dale's been driving for 30 years, so do the math.
50 weeks in a year times 30 years, you're talking 1,500 small scratches?
Pretty much.
In St. Catharines, Ontario, Dale doesn't pay for those scratches. Her husband, John, does.
Generally, people come up with a figure, and if I think it's reasonable, then I'll just pay it.
To make this even more surreal,
Just watch the cars beside. Oh, whoa, whoa.
John used to be a driving instructor.
Dale.
What?
You know there's a stop sign there?
Yeah?
John doesn't drive much with Dale these days because,
This is what I do.
and at red lights,
I can make this.
this is what Dale does.
Going through a red light is illegal, but if no one sees you, it's not illegal.
This year, the Driver Rehabilitation Center has been set up at the Dunnville, Ontario Airport. When the lousiest motorists in the nation get here, they'll park beneath their own pictures. And then their driving education will begin. On the road to rehab, Dale is speeding.
No matter what I do, I can't get it to 50. Unless I take my foot right off the gas.
Dale is trying so hard to drive safely, she's about to burst.
This is ridiculous. I don't like driving this.
Drive
is
however
ridiculous.
you want. What the hell are you worried about?
Because he told us to drive safe. I said, do you drive natural? And he said, you drive safe. So I guess my driving isn't safe.
Unsafe Dale makes it to rehab,
Oh my God, I can't believe we're here.
but she has no idea what will happen once she gets parked.
I need your driver's license.
You do?
I do.
In rehab, everyone will give up their license. To get it back as a graduate, serious improvements must be made.
I learn really, really quickly.
You learn really, really quickly.
In 30 years of driving, I've probably hit about 900 cars.
We blew the entire car budget on one brand spanking new shiny green Camaro. Our basic assessment course.
For this challenge, drivers will reverse through a snaking hallway of rims. Then they'll continue reversing through these concrete barriers. Then they'll slalom their way to something I sure hope they don't want to hit. Dale is a two-footed driver. Dale systematically hits every corner of the vehicle.
Hitting it?
On the slalom course,
Go faster, 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 faster.
Dale never goes 50K an hour. So,
Oh my God.
I become her passenger.
We got 40, 45, and 50.
Instead of maintaining 50, Dale slows down,
You down to 40?
and she still hits something, but Dale is oblivious to the impact.
Did you hit anything?
No. I don't think so.
Really?
Unaware Dale must leave wreckage behind her.
Do you think you might have hit other things in your real driving life that you didn't know?
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
big time. Big time.
Before we end this opening episode of Canada's Worst Driver Season 6, our experts want to meet the nominees to learn exactly why they're here, starting with Dale.
To be honest with you, I didn't want to come to driver's rehabilitation because I never considered myself a really bad driver.
What about once a week you tap something?
Yes, I do.
Just for your own satisfaction, wouldn't you like to have a week where you didn't hit anything?
You know, I'm starting to believe that.
From St. Catharines, Ontario, our first nominee is
Don't tell me how to drive.
Dale, whose driving is so bad. She has the dubious honor
Oh,
of being our most nominated person ever.
My name is John.
Linda?
Trevor.
Sam.
Amanda.
Greg. And I nominated my neighbor Dale as Canada's worst driver.
what does this mean?
It's a red light.
Oh,
The next challenge for Canada's worst drivers is to get into this beast and reverse it. Vroom. Through some really intimidating big steel things.
All they have to do is reverse from here to here. Dale doesn't understand the S-turn.
Turn to the left and then yank it to the right, like a snake.
Following Dean's advice inside the vehicle and her nephew John's advice outside the vehicle,
Do your S, Dale.
and Scott's advice in the back of the vehicle,
A little to the left. Keep her coming, though.
Dale finishes without really making a single decision.
Right on. Awesome.
Dale learned nothing about mirrors.
You see how you got to use your mirrors now?
yep.
To see if Canada's worst drivers know where they're going in their life, their next challenge is pretty straightforward.
Dale is up next.
Oh, we're done.
Dale doesn't know where her wheels are.
Sure I do. It's one,
You
two,
don't,
three,
or you
four.
wouldn't have went in the water.
Well, yeah.
Every vehicle ever made has blind spots somewhere. So, to see everything that you want to see while driving, you have to use your mirrors and you have to turn your head.
Dale has to go to her right. Dale looks all over the place but sees nothing. So she goes to the right around our stop sign. But
I missed it.
she thinks that turning right was wrong.
Darn.
What Dale doesn't know is that she was supposed to turn right.
I think I could learn this. I think I could learn this. I think
Couple
I
of
could
weeks, you
learn
could learn it.
this. Not a couple of weeks.
A three-point turn is called that because when it's all over, the vehicle will have gone in a triangular, three-pointed pattern. From St. Catharines, Ontario, driving veteran Dale, who was nominated by her nephew John, fails her first attempt.
I know.
Dale's second attempt is the same as her first,
You're not going to do it in 3.
but on her third attempt,
Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Dale sinks to a new low. And she cannot recover.
Stuck.
She's right. It's stuck.
You're stuck.
But Dale keeps the gas pedal pressed all the way in just to see if doing the same thing for a long period of time will ever yield a different result. It doesn't.
I'm no scientist, but this doesn't seem to be working. I don't know everything, but I do know some things. And this is not working. You think she'd figure it out soon, but no. Is this working? It's not working. It's not working. I don't think it's working.
I think I'm too stuck.
Dale's nominator, John, must feel like he's stuck.
I tell you one thing, I'm glad I'm not her nominator. All I have to do is get on the ramp and to the middle and stop, and it should get on the middle, and it should balance. A little bit more, a little bit more.
Now we'll see if Dale can get balanced.
Focus.
If Dale could focus, she'd have a better understanding of her surroundings.
I'm there. I'm stopping.
You balanced?
I think I'm balanced.
I'm pretty sure Dale is unbalanced. Really unbalanced. Really, really, really unbalanced.
Damn it. The smoke.
That's the clutch smoking.
While concentrating on her clutch, Dale drives right off the teeter-totter.
Dale, stop. You're smoking the joint out. Look, you're gonna hotbox the entire garage.
Dale might be high on fumes.
And that car, I mean, it was smoking.
Did you know that road signs are color-coded? Every color you see will automatically tell you something about the kind of information you're about to receive.
Do you know what an orange background represents?
I don't really pay attention to signs, so I don't really know. An orange, that school zone. Slow down.
Now, this orange sign, what's it telling you?
It's telling you what to do before you do it. That's what it's doing.
Yeah, what it's telling you is the right lane ends due to construction.
That's what it's telling me?
And a
Yeah.
yellow diamond.
Just make sure your car is down to 3.9 kilometers.
3.9 kilometers an hour.
Well, yeah. Oh, 3.9 miles?
A white rectangle. What would it be telling you?
Yield?
Do you want to try again?
Stop.
Dale only gets one right.
That is a warning sign to something.
Warning, Dale drives every day.
We don't have all these signs in St. Catharines.
They have brown signs, and those are used to inform tourists.
Okay, you cannot make a U-turn on a highway. You can't. That's illegal. That's what that means.
What it is telling you that tourist information is ahead.
That's a tourist information sign?
When Dale studies the sign, it just raises more questions.
Obviously, this is a road, and you can't get there. So this is how you get to it. It probably goes on a service road, and then there's your tourist information right there.
What Dale doesn't know could fill a book.
Now I know. Now I know. And if I don't know, I'll go home tonight and I'll write it down because it's going to sink in.
The next challenge for Canada's worst drivers is to learn something experts call threshold braking.
Dale had a falling out with her nominator.
He doesn't want to be with me, and I don't want to be with him.
Dale's just being her typical self. She's taking something that's this big and making it this big.
I guess my point here is I don't trust him.
Fine. I'm here for you. Do you trust me?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be your nominator.
Okay.
As Dale's nominator, I will be reminding her that the key to this challenge is...
Look where you want to go.
That's advice I can't repeat often enough.
Look where you want to go. Remember to look where you want to go. Look where you want to go. And brake now and turn. Look at you go. Look at you go. That's Dale. You did it. Dale, you did it.
I did it?
Dale passed. But I think I helped.
So if only I could drive with you everywhere, you'd be safe all the time.
I would. I don't think I'm ready to graduate right now.
I don't think so either.
If you're a fan of this show, you know that every season we do a head-to-head reversing challenge that can create insane amounts of madness in the Canada's Worst Driver nominees. In fact, this course can traditionally drive our participants so batty, we call it Crazy Eights.
And Dale from St. Catharines, Ontario, is up first.
My name is John, and I have nominated my Aunt Dale as Canada's worst driver.
John accompanied Dale to rehab.
I hit.
What do you think you hit?
But last episode, Dale said she had a falling out with John.
He doesn't want to be with me, and I don't want to be with him.
Dale wants a new nominator, so...
My name is Andrew, and I nominate my friend, Dale, as Canada's worst driver.
I have seen Dale do a lot of damage. But I haven't seen hardly all of it.
In 30 years of driving, I've probably hit about 900 cars.
There will be 2 moving cars on this course. Peter Mellor, our head driving instructor, is reversing the silver Honda Del Sol. And Dale is driving the red Del Sol.
Does that mean I hit something?
The goal is to reverse all the way around our figure 8 without hitting anything.
You've got to be extremely cautious.
Dale is not cautious.
Yeah, I'm hitting something.
Yeah,
you know what?
you
I'm
are.
not looking at those freaking mirrors. Why do I keep hitting things?
It's probably because you're a bad driver.
I'm not a bad driver. I'm learning very, very quickly. I'm just going to drive forward a bit.
Dale doesn't have self-awareness.
I want to be perfect.
And she's emotionally unstable.
What people don't realize is that emotional stability and self-awareness are critical.
Peter has already made it to the halfway point where he's waiting. Dale is struggling just to get past the opening obstacles.
Like that thing you're running over now.
Okay, Dale, think. You know, think. Shut up and think, Dale. I'm talking to myself, not you.
Dale thinks that going faster will be better.
Yeah, I'm hitting things, but you know what? It's okay. You know what? It's okay.
For Dale, hitting things is a normal part of life.
The last 3 years, I've been through 3 cars.
In 3 years, you've been through 3 cars?
Yep.
Dale isn't really turning her wheel. She's just driving back and forth in the same bumper-destroying arc, oblivious to the damage she's doing.
This bumper used to be normal looking.
Okay. Oh, before I got into it?
Yeah.
Observation's the key to everything.
Peter has been waiting here in the middle because it's the only place on the course where there's enough room for the 2 cars to pass.
You hearing that?
I'm hearing it, but I don't know what it means.
It means you're striking something from where the sound is coming from.
That car.
That's the one.
My job is to rehabilitate Dale, but I'm starting to think she should never drive.
Oh, God, everybody tells me I shouldn't drive.
People do tell you that, hey?
Oh, God, all the time. I didn't think people were telling me the truth when they told me that you are a terrible driver.
The Camaro is about to get a lot more clicks put onto it because our high-speed slalom challenge is the longest course we've ever created.
Before rehab, Dale liked to drive at a speed of...
About 120, 130 clicks.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Why not? Well,
because it's lethal?
lethal. Oh, yeah. Well, no. What am I saying? No. At that time, my mindset didn't think that that was lethal.
Doesn't matter what you think, it is.
Of course it is.
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Am I ready?
People often ask me if I'm afraid when I'm in the passenger seat, and the answer is yes. I'm usually terrified, like right now.
Holy pass, Dale. I'm pretty amazed.
I what? I passed?
Dale looked far ahead and passed.
You do drive fast. You're just terrible going slow.
Yeah.
There are hundreds and hundreds of rules you must know to be a safe driver. How many do Canada's worst drivers know?
I would go into the intersection and kind of be cautious and then turn left.
You've gone into the oncoming traffic.
Oh, my God. Oh my God, you're right.
With that revolutionary smooth driving technique in mind, it's time for our annual Water Tank Challenge.
Dale has accepted her original nominator back.
I'm glad because she seems to be calm with me in the car. She seems to concentrate.
I do.
You gotta get up to 60, Dale.
Dale came to rehab as a careless driver. And Dale is still a careless driver.
I don't care.
She doesn't seem to get the point of this challenge. If you get distracted, you still need to be in control.
You think I care?
Dale never cares because she won't face the truth.
My whole mentality, everything has changed. I sucked at driving.
You still do.
Yeah, a little bit, but not like I did.
Maybe you shouldn't drive.
Before I came here, everybody told me that.
If you're at home laughing, think again.
I thought the show was a joke, and I thought it was funny. It's not a joke. This show is real, and it really makes you realize you could kill someone.
You could, Dale.
I am not going to kill anybody, and that's the bottom line. I'm not going to kill myself, and I'm not going to kill anybody else, and I'm not going to hit any more cars, ever.
Dale is a little spacey, but when she drives, she runs out of space, according to John, her nephew.
In our family, we call our Aunt Dale Dingy Dale.
At home,
Oh, my God.
wealthy housewife Dale was a door-dinging, red light running, stop sign disregarding road hog with no respect for left turn lanes.
This is what I do.
In rehab, we've been trying to make Dale realize that casually causing damage has no place on Canadian roads. And she claims to be getting the message.
My whole mentality about my driving in the past is completely changed.
Everyone should do well on our Avoid the Car That Pops Out course. Dale
Okay.
says she's okay to go.
Okay, go. Hey, don't touch the brake.
For Dale's run, the foam car will pop out to the right.
Just get ready, just get ready. Don't, why are you going to the right?
The car popped out.
When our car popped out, Dale stared straight at it and made a beeline straight for it.
Number one rule of driving is?
Look where you want to go.
And you were looking where? At a car in your way. Where you want to go is to the hole, okay? You look at the hole, and you'll go this way.
When Dale goes again,
Keep going, you're at 70.
she skids out of control by hitting the brake.
You touch the brake. You're not supposed to touch the brake, remember?
After a lot of rehab, Dale is still a bad driver.
I am not a bad driver anymore, Andrew.
For this challenge, the 6 remaining Canada's Worst Driver candidates will go around and around this track, constantly changing lanes. To do a correct lane change,
You're supposed to check your mirrors, blinker, shoulder check, and then change lanes.
Dale is doing too much shoulder checking.
Shoulder.
And you don't have to go.
When shoulder checking,
Shoulders change.
just check the lane you're turning into.
If you're going that way, check that way.
Dale has already cut me off once, and she's about to do it again.
Here it is.
No, you're not close to being clear of him. You're beside him.
That doesn't stop Dale from changing lanes.
You cut Andrew off twice already.
A few laps later, I'm on the inside turn lane again. When?
Hey! Don't try and get into that lane yet. What are you doing?
Stop, stop,
That's the third time you cut him off.
stop.
Stop, stop.
I need Dale to understand the obvious.
If you're beside someone coming around a turn, it's your responsibility to stay in your lane.
Okay.
But Dale and John break down.
You hadn't even put your signal on yet.
Yes, I did. Okay, I didn't.
You gotta pass them 4 more times.
It's not ingrained in Dale.
There's nobody left. It's just me.
Dale did not learn how to do a safe lane change.
I learned to check your mirrors, shoulder check, flicker, change lanes. Maybe that's backwards, but I learned how to do it.
Ready for more training?
Dale is lost.
Look inside, Dale. Yeah. Wait, brake. You always keep looking straight.
Dale scarily proves the point. The drivers go where they look.
Let go to gas. Wait, brake. Okay.
I've almost got it. It's just the looking part.
It takes a long time.
Up the gas. Okay, we're getting there.
But all of Canada's worst drivers do learn how to steer into and out of a donut.
Now we want exit over there. Here we go.
Well, all of Canada's worst drivers except Dale.
Why? See my finger? Where were you looking? At the grass? Where are we?
We're on the grass.
So what did we learn?
We learned that my eyes wander
A lot.
a lot.
All right, good luck for your challenge.
Thank you.
Dale was trained to make donuts.
In the training, it's the worst training session I ever had on this show.
Dale always drives where she looks.
Nope.
She looks at the donuts and drives into them. And then she looks at the wall and drives into that.
She's not looking where she wants to go.
Should be scary, but it's not.
What's really, really scary about Dale is that anything can attract her eyes. Like me running away from her.
Get ya.
Hey!
I've had some scary things happen to me on this show. But Dale locking her eyes on me and hitting the gas? I thought she was going to get me.
Hey!
Where are you going?
I was chasing you.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Turn that thing off.
Okay.
We're done.
Okay. I was playing with you.
Dale doesn't even realize vehicles are not play toys.
I didn't intentionally go out to get them. I was just playing with them a little bit. I was just having a little fun. Well, my intention was to play with you and then stop. If they graduate me, that I will probably be the most cautious driver on that road.
Every year on Canada's Worst Driver, we do a challenge called the Eye of the Needle. And every year, collisions in the Eye of the Needle happen about 10 times as often on the right-hand side.
And the right-hand side is the passenger side. For years, we've had a theory on why this phenomenon happens. Our theory is that subconsciously, drivers would rather jeopardize the safety of their passengers rather than their own safety.
To see if that theory is true, this year they will be going through the Eye of the Needle in a right-hand drive vehicle.
Dale will be first to drive our right-hand drive vehicle.
That's... The steering wheel's on that side. How am I supposed to steer from this side? There's no steering wheel.
This is steering wheel is right there.
How are you supposed to do that?
Well, you want to sit where John is.
I do?
At home in St. Catharines, Ontario, Dale can't get her cat or her husband into the car without a fight. Her nephew, John, hasn't ridden with her since she drove through her garage door. On the road, Dale doesn't make any effort to follow driving laws.
I believe that there are too many rules signs, speed limits.
Dale has to drive to visit her family. But when Dale is in her car,
my kids aren't allowed to go past the garden on my front lawn.
Dale's family won't get in the car with her.
Our kids are not allowed to be driven by Grandma.
I will not allow her to drive my children.
We were not allowed to drive in a car with her.
I will not let her babysit my daughter because I don't trust that she'll stay in the house.
On the road, you can trust that Dale will break so many rules.
That's what I do.
The family driving ban makes perfect sense.
Being banned from driving my grandkids is probably the worst emotional feeling that I've ever had.
Today, Dale is confused by our right-hand drive machine.
This is gonna screw me up forever.
And she's afraid of the 50K an hour speed minimum.
50's not fast.
This is an English car.
Are you worried about going a European 50?
Yeah.
What does that mean exactly?
It means it's not a Canadian 50.
50 kilometers is 50 kilometers. There's no difference wherever you are.
Okay, I knew that.
Do it perfectly. Let's get you graduated.
Yay!
You ready?
Yeah.
Drivers will only get one attempt at this, unless they go too slow. And Dale never makes it to 50K an hour. But she still hits every arch.
Damn it.
On the passenger side.
Did I hit every one of them?
Yes, you did.
Oh my God. I thought I hit this on this side.
You thought you hit right in front of you on the right-hand side?
Yeah. Can he get out and give me directions?
Do you want me to run beside the car and give you directions?
No, I don't.
When she's ready to go again.
Look in the future, keep the car to my side, and try.
I give her the go-ahead.
50 kilometers an hour, go. If you have a seatbelt at home, I'd put it on right now.
On her second attempt, Dale again drifts to her left. And once again,
concentrate on your side.
Dale hits every arch on the passenger side.
Hit them all.
Now Dale understands why her family won't drive with her.
I understand that now. I don't blame them for not getting in the car with me. My cats won't even go in the car with me. I understand that.
The bad drivers have all been taught how to reposition a vehicle using little back and forth S-turns. This challenge will see if they learned that lesson. The goal is to back our Monte Carlo into each and every parking bay here without scratching its pristine paint job. An achievement that should take less than 10 minutes. Dale says a health issue is really bringing her down.
Today is very difficult because I just don't feel well.
Dale says she's bleeding from her gums because of recent dental surgery.
I hit it.
And she's worried that could lead to blood poisoning. If Dale is bleeding, she shouldn't be here driving.
Yeah, you bleeding?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Here.
You're not bleeding?
No, not now, but every 5 or 10 minutes, these gums are bleeding. Like, they truly are.
Bleeding gums means Dale should rest.
My only concern is that we're not pushing you too hard.
You're not pushing me too hard. I mean, I'm just really tired.
We're gonna have him launch a boat.
Our course starts with a hairpin turn that leads to a rambling forwards drive, that leads to a reversing section, that leads to the intimidating, sloping boat launch. Dale doesn't understand why she's pulling a trailer.
What has this got to do with driving?
This is driving.
My heart is pounding a mile a minute.
Stay as wide as you can over this side.
John advises Dale through the hairpin turn.
You're doing good.
Oh my gosh.
You're doing good.
Sick.
Just hug that side the whole way.
With the car, right?
With the car, yes.
John also advises Dale through the forward section.
Stay as wide as you can over here.
Okay.
But when they reach the final reverse section,
Whatever way you turn the wheel, the boat will go the opposite way.
we ask John to let Dale think for herself.
You can see out the back. I can't do this.
If John ever really stopped helping,
So you got your wheels turning the wrong way.
Oh.
Dale might never finish.
Which way do you turn the wheel?
This way.
No.
Dale just doesn't get it.
How did I do?
I did great.
You did great. You did. But don't ever think that I didn't learn from that experience, because I did. I learned a lot of skill.
Amazingly, Dale feels as though she's learned enough.
You think you should graduate?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, I do.
After you hit the eye of the needle every time?
Listen, I came here to learn. And I will never, ever, ever be irresponsible with a car again, ever. When I leave here, I am going to get a driving instructor and take driving instructions.
Yeah, but we're here.
I am standing here. I am physically sick, okay? I have to leave. I have to leave the show.
What?
I have to leave the show.
Before coming to rehab, Dale had 4 teeth pulled. Now she says she's swallowing blood, which might lead to blood poisoning.
I'm vomiting. I'm dizzy. I don't know what's happening to me. I want to stay, but I have to go.
Outside, Dale calls her husband to come and get her.
Hi, it's me. Listen, I'm really sick, hon. So you're gonna have to come up to the hotel with your car.
You okay, hon?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just need to see you.
Holy cast of colorful characters.
It's time to talk about who should graduate.
Tonight, for the first time in a long, long time, the experts made a unanimous decision. And they decided that tonight's graduate is Dean. But only one person can leave per episode. And Dale is saying she's not feeling well enough to continue.
Oh my gosh.
Dale, we bought you this bouquet of flowers. Because we want you to get well soon.
Thank you.
And we really hope that you don't ever drive in public again until you become fully rehabilitated.
Yes, I understand that.
Dean deserves to graduate. You should stay, Dale.
I've got 2 driver's licenses in my hand, Dale. Only one person can leave. You tell me who it should be.
Dean deserves to leave. Come on, Dale, you can do it.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I better give it to Dean. He's a good driver. Deserves to go home.
Just take it.
Dean, you're our newest graduate.
All right.
Congratulations.
Dale makes her nephew jumpy. Meet John.
Stop signs to Dale are stoptional.
Dale doesn't believe in rules of the road.
It's a car, you get in it and you drive, and then you make up your own rules and you go along, and then somebody tries to stop you.
Most of Dale's family has tried to stop her from driving, but Dale has to drive. Because waiting for the bus just doesn't suit Dale's style.
Knowing where your wheels are is a critical part of driving. So, for their next challenge, the nominees for Canada's Worst Driver will have to make their way along these concrete barriers without letting their wheels fall off.
Dale is hot. But she's not as hot as John.
Straight back. You all right?
No.
John and Dale both need to be rescued. While John gets assistance, the wheel location lesson educates Dale.
The front wheel hits the rock, the back wheel not even close. See where the back wheel is?
Just far from it.
Dale now knows that the rear wheels cut corners sharper.
It's coming off again.
But Dale doesn't know how to process that information.
It's not brain surgery. I've got a lot of brains but no common sense, so I've been told.
Whoa, she's dangerous.
Dale is too dangerous to leave rehab. But she doesn't understand why she can't leave.
Are your wheels off on this side?
They're on the pavement.
And on this side?
They're on the pavement.
Okay, so back up. Do you think it's possible that they're not on the pavement?
Good.
Dale is done at 5 p.m.
Probably by 9 o'clock tonight, I probably would have accomplished it.
Dale would never drink and drive. But
Hi. How you doing?
she illegally talks on her cell phone and drives. And now, a demonstration on the dangers of mixing cell phones and driving. Dale has had cell phone driving accidents.
The garage door was down and you drove through it?
Yeah.
Through it?
Yeah.
Because you were on your cell phone?
Yeah. Because I wasn't paying attention. And that's not good.
Even though Dale once drove through her own garage door,
I just learned how to text. Oh, sugar.
Dale did not stop using her cell phone while driving.
Oh, yeah, right.
This is a habit Dale has to put on hold.
I can't talk anymore. I gotta focus on my driving.
Goodbye, Dale.
Bye, Andrew.
Bye-bye.
Oh, my God. Ah! Look what happened?
And you wonder why talking on the cell phone is illegal.
Holy mackerel, that is a good demonstration.
On the phone, Dale has hit things without knowing it.
I have. I hit my husband's car one time and I didn't know it.
To teach children focus and motor skills, it's good to have them chase a ball. So, you know, we figured to teach Canada's worst drivers focus and motor skills, we should have them chase a ball.
Striker Dale has 15 minutes to score as many goals as possible.
I could do this without the ball in a second.
With the ball,
Go on, little ball. Go on.
Dale is chatty,
Come on, ball.
and she's getting a little ahead of herself.
Wait, let the ball pass you.
Okay. Keep going. Keep going.
Dale eventually gets lined up for a shot.
Stay there.
Go. There, stop. Oh, it's gonna hit the post.
Oh, no.
When a ball goes out of play, there's always a new one waiting at center.
Oh, no, you don't. Come on, ball. You don't like me.
Using charm and sweet talk.
Come on, ball. Cooperate. You love me.
That's it.
Dale shoots, and Dale scores. Thanks to good coaching,
There it is. Stay like that.
Dale leaves a score to beat of 8 goals.
Stop. You scored again.
You did it.
For Dale. This is already a victory because
I didn't hit anybody. I've never hit anybody in my life.
Except your daughter.
Oh, pardon me, yeah.
for the challenge, drivers will have to head down this laneway at 50 k an hour. When they get to the frightened face of their nominator, they have to do a J-turn around that face before heading back out. Dale wants to see Philippe do the maneuver on wet pavement.
Word. Good?
Yeah.
See? It's easier.
You can do this, Dale, right? I don't have a really good feeling about this.
Dale gets going, but she never gets to speed, and she can't even drive safely through the laneway. Run number 2 is the same, only different.
You didn't pull the e-brake. You slammed on the brakes again.
Ow!
When I first met Dale,
You hit the brake again.
I thought she would be in our final episode.
Not the brake.
Ow!
And I still don't think that hunch is out in left field.
No!
But Dale is out in a cornfield.
You know what? It's a fail.
Perhaps our teachers just aren't on Dale's level.
Would a driving instructor actually teach you these kind of things?
Advanced driving classes.
In advanced driving classes. So maybe I should take advanced driving.
Well,
It might be beneficial.
or stop driving altogether.
No.
Dale knows why she's not learning more.
I gotta go to boot camp. I didn't know.
You're in boot camp. You're in rehab right now.
I know, but I need to go to advanced.
2 things are certain. Dale won't graduate.
Do you deserve to graduate this episode?
No.
The 3 finalists for Canada's worst driver are all in the exact same boat. And for their first challenge in this, our final episode, they'll all be in the exact same car. And their challenge will be to see if they can balance this free-floating gimbal. And it won't be just in any car either. It'll be in our ginormous K-car.
Today on our gimbal course, Dale gets help from an unlikely source.
Keep the wheel going that way. Keep the wheel going that way.
The balance point has been found by Lance, and he wants to share that knowledge.
We're not going to look like morons on TV. This is amazing. Holy crap, Dale. Keep going. Keep going.
Dale says she's changed in rehab. But this challenge, it's Lance who's changed.
There we go. Stop. That's good.
Holy
That's
whoa,
good.
whoa.
Stay there.
Stay there. Stay
Lean
there.
forward.
Lean forward.
Damn.
Lean
You
forward.
got it. Yeah.
By following Lance's directions, Dale beat Lance's time.
I did it!
Look at that.
This year, like every year, we're going to end our time at rehab by doing a mega challenge. Dale is up next.
When you get to the corner, look where you want to go. I'll tell you when to brake. Now, let go.
Dale wants to go left, but she only looks at the wall.
You didn't let go of the brake.
In the precision steering section,
Go wide, go wide. Oh, yeah, too wide.
Dale is good at predicting,
Now, I'm gonna hit this. I already hit it.
but terrible at reversing. And she still doesn't understand front-end swing.
Now she's not looking at this one. That's what we mean by front-end swing. You can do this, not like that. Watch your front-end swing, though.
I hate to say this, but in rehab, Dale appears to have not changed much. Dale doesn't do 5 minutes of donuts. Dale does something that might more accurately be described as...
Oh, I hit the car.
That's okay.
Dale does damage.
Hit a car.
Turn that way, and as the back end slides out, counter steer. You almost had it.
Except I hit the donuts.
Dale spent so much time in the reverse section, she's racing to beat the darkness.
50 kilometers an hour. Make us proud.
Okay.
Let's go, 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 go.
Dale goes through the first one.
Thread the needle. Look at the next one. Look at the next one.
And glances off the second.
Look at the next one. Look at the next one. Look at the next one. Yeah, look at the next one. Look at the next one. Look at the next one. Yeah, slalom. Slalom. Slalom through it.
There's unpredictable Dale. She did well there.
Keep it going. Keep it going. That's awesome.
Dale botches the handbrake turn. But there is good news. Thanks to John telling her to look at the next arch instead of the one she's driving through, Dale now understands why we always say, look where you want to go.
Look where you want to go. So don't look at the first one, look at the second one if you have to go there. I mean, I know, I get it. I get the concept. Finally!
Dale thinks she's not Canada's worst driver.
I'm determined that I'm going to be the best driver in Canada.
And they'll be taking this powerfully sexy, mint condition Porsche Boxster through the colorful streets of Niagara Falls on a 45-minute long drive with 30 turns through some of the busiest and most distracting real estate in the country. Dale isn't stressed at all.
What's the worst that can happen?
What's the worst that can happen? Are you serious?
No, I meant, like, what? No, I'm going to be very careful. I mean, no, I won't kill you.
Excellent.
To start, Dale wants to back up.
No, you'll hit that thing if you back up.
What thing?
There's the sign right behind you. The legs of the sign are sticking out.
All right.
All right, Dale, take care of us.
Within 5 minutes of driving, Dale gets into a left turn lane, but cruises straight through the intersection.
And now you're in the oncoming traffic lane.
At Fallsview Boulevard, Dale is well behind the stop line when the light turns yellow. And she's still in the intersection when the light turns red.
Going through a yellow.
If you're able to stop at a yellow, you're legally bound to stop.
Okay, all right.
Do you know that?
That's something I didn't know. I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
What did you think they meant?
You had to be cautious, but you can go through them.
Dale's next turn is...
Left.
Left, Dale. Okay, you're in the right turn lane now.
Oh.
Dale lines up for her left turn, but... there's a blue van parked here that wants to turn left. If Dale and the van both go at the same time, they'll collide. So, who has the right of way?
Who has the right of way, Dale? Her or you?
Me.
And with that, Dale pushes illegally into the intersection.
See how we're in the oncoming traffic lane?
Yeah.
To determine the right of way, just remember, the driver to the right always has the right. The blue van is on Dale's right, so it has the right of way.
That's super dangerous, Dale.
Yeah, you're right.
This is basic traffic law, and she doesn't know it.
I'm surprised I haven't killed anybody.
Dale really wants to go straight.
Now, in this lane, we're gonna go straight, is that correct?
Well, we're in the middle lane.
Okay. This is a right turn lane, I'm pretty sure.
Let's keep in mind that Dale is on her best behavior today. But she runs a red light, and then she changes lanes without signaling.
When you change lanes like that, you have to signal.
You're absolutely right.
She straddles lane markings.
And now you're in 2 lanes at once.
And she doesn't even know which side of the road she's on.
And so now we're driving in the wrong lane into oncoming traffic, okay?
Oh my gosh.
When Dale finally gets some open road in front of her, she speeds up to 20 an hour over the limit.
How fast are you going?
I'm going about almost 50.
You think you're doing 50?
I'm going...
Dale, you're going 70. See the speedometer?
Oh, I'm looking at... Oh, okay.
You've been looking at the wrong dial.
Yeah, I have.
At the final intersection, Dale exhibits one of the habits that got her into rehab in the first place. We're back where we started. Yep. It feels like deja vu all over again.
I don't think I'm going to be Canada's first driver.
Dale feels like she's changed enough to avoid our unwanted title.
Regardless of the outcome, I still have learned a lot.
She didn't display what she learned on the Mega Challenge.
Went into a brick wall.
Luckily made out of cardboard.
Yes.
But it's the road test where this grandmother was most dangerous.
Dale, you were driving in the left-hand lane,
I know.
facing the oncoming traffic.
I know. There's a lot of things that I still didn't know that you pointed out, like even a yellow light. That means stop unless you can't.
I'm glad you got the message now, but boy.
I have learned so much about driving, so much about myself, and oh my gosh, I'm lucky in 30 years that I haven't killed someone. I really am. I'm lucky.
I agree. And then there were two.
It's time to name Canada's worst driver.
Dale? You're not Canada's worst driver? Hang in there. You okay?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Andy.
Okay?
Thank you.
Dale is not the worst, but she's not a rehab center graduate either.